Hi there, I'm back. Haven't really posted in a while because, life. Apart from the fun little book trailers that I made, and back when I first made them, I scheduled them to post. So that's why all three of my followers, you've still been seeing that, assuming you've actually been watching any of them, which, they were at least fun to make. With the coronavirus going on, super fun, she said sarcastically. I've been doing my part in the self isolation, which is why I've got the frizzy hair and general washed out appearance. Because if I'm not leaving the house, I'm not going to put on makeup. So enjoy that. This is just what I look like. Um, yeah, the other thing I have going on is the audiobook for Destined is finally, back underway. Rob Vega, one of my friends from El Paso, very multi-talented individual with a fascinating life story. He's actually doing the narration, and just from the samples that I've heard thus far, he's doing an amazing job. Josh Lintz, the sound editor and the owner of True Sounds, is doing the, sound editing. And he's also doing a fantastic job. So we're taking our time with it to make sure that it is as awesome as possible. And I will talk more about that, probably post over on my regular blog, which is a heck of a lot easier for me to maintain than this because, I kind of hate talking in front of the camera, but, I'm trying. So be patient. Yes, so when we get further along in the process for that, I will continue posting updates about it. And eventually, when we are close enough to completion, I'll give you a finalization date, or at least a date that is updated or uploaded to the Audible quality check process, which I found with the actual production of the novella Bound, that can take a while. So the other main thing that I have planned for you today, well, not really planned, but since the audiobook of Destined is coming out eventually, maybe like October or so, again, we're taking our time with it to make sure it's actually, good. And we all have busy schedules and multiple other projects going on. Oh, and oh my God, I forgot that I can't believe that I forgot to say this initially. I'm done with the first draft of Hidden. So I know, right? God, okay. I'm an idiot. Yes, so that is huge, actually, because now it's just editing and rewrites. Granted, that's also a lengthy process. But we're still on schedule for my announced release date of the winter solstice. So on 21 December of this year, 2020, in case I've managed to miraculously keep this going and people somehow, for some unknown reason, watch older videos. Who knows? I mean, I do it with the people I follow, but yes. So Hidden will be out by the end of the year, so very exciting in that regard. Still can't believe I forgot to mention that first. But anyway, in honor of all that, audiobook and first draft completion, I am going to flip to just a random page and start reading. So I'm probably not going to read for very long because this is already like 4 minutes long, and I have a short attention span when I'm not writing. So I imagine the rest of you do too. So let's see. Yeah, cool. Chapter 6. Gren sat cross-legged on the forest floor, turning the bone flute over and over in his hands, placing his fingers tentatively on the holes, afraid to touch his lips to the mouthpiece. He decided he did not particularly want to know to which unfaithful lover the bone originally belonged, nor which bone it had once been. The late morning sun caught the ivory and made it gleam. He seemed oblivious to the exchange, but a few feet away, of Laria and Hal trying to console an inconsolable Mari. "Calm down, Mari," Laria was saying, her hands gripping the other girl's shoulders firmly, deep concern crinkling up her forehead. "No," Mari said in response. "This is such a disaster." "No, it's not. Just try to calm down." "I can't. I'm useless now. I have no purpose." "That's not true," said Laria, shaking her gently. "That's not true at all. You're a leader." "Not anymore," she cried, covering her face in her hands and sinking to her knees on the ground. This is a mess, and it's all my fault. We almost lost everything, and now, Hal interjected, we still have everything. We're alive, and we're together. That's all that really matters. No, we're lost. We'll be lost. Everything will be ruined because I won't know the way. Hal frowned. Surely you have memories, dreams you've already, dreamed. Mari looked up and wiped her eyes. It won't be the same. So? Laria asked. Change is good. It keeps you on your toes. She squinted her eyes shut again and breathed deeply. Laria knelt down with her. Hal joined. Mari, he asked, we should be going. You said so yourself that we had to be as far from this place as possible by nightfall. She took one last deep breath, released it, and said, You're right. We need to leave. Hal and Laria waited as Mari stood. Then, motioning for her to lead the way... Sorry, there's a cat using scratching post. Then, motioning for her to lead the way, they followed. Gren slipped the delicate instrument into his backpack and trailed after the group. They walked somberly beside the riverbank, mourning the loss of innocence in their first real battle. Mari continued to lead, more at Hal and Laria's careful insistence than because of any tangible need, and she knew it. The Lady of the Wood had given them very clear directions on where to go. They were merely trying to help by making her feel important, but she knew better. She had been trusted, and she had failed. Nonetheless, she appreciated their efforts. They walked for a long time, eventually stopping for an early lunch before continuing on their journey. The mountainside was treacherously steep now, and so travel was confined to a tortoise's steady pace. No one bothered to speak. There was nothing to say. Around midday, they noticed that once more the land was starting to change. The trees grew further apart, facilitating the climb, but in turn leaving the four hikers more exposed, especially viewed from above. The terrain, also, much to their unspoken gratitude, lessened some in steepness. However, in accordance with the higher elevation, the air was noticeably thinner, and so despite the eased footing, their progress was still slow. All of a sudden, the trees parted completely, and they realized that they were standing in open ground. They were surrounded by fallen leaves, layered and pressed into the soil and rocks, which appeared to have been crushed beneath an inestimable weight, sorry, I swear I wrote this, which appeared to have been crushed beneath an inestimable weight into insignificant pebbles. This doesn't look good, Hal commented. The four exchanged glances and backed out of the clearing, toward the wood, praying all the while that their share of excitement had already been enjoyed for the day. Then the clouds, not so high above them at that altitude, filled with a deafening pulse, a thrumming, beating, driving rhythm of measureless proportions that drowned out their screams. They turned their backs and ran in all directions. They did not wait to see what caused the cacophony. They did not have to witness the wings to know what came for them, what black shadow plummeted out of the sky to collect a tribute for his stolen sacrifice. And with that, farewell for now, and we shall see how soon it can be before I actually post again. Hopefully soon, because, just gotta remember that I have a video blog and therefore should update it. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more, or at least stay updated, you can find out more info below by subscribing, or you can just head to my main website where, again, I post much more frequently, and that's at maimurray.com. So thanks again, and until next time.